Put some respect on my name. This is my destiny. I had no choice but to be great. I just have to be.
Talking about how school has sparked my depression. Yay, school, right?
No.
Um, so
No.
probably in pre-K and perhaps kindergarten, school was a life, okay? Like your mom dropped you off. As soon as you got there, it was nap time. Like seriously. Your mom dropped you off with your little snack and your little baggie, and they were like, nap time. And I loved it. We had recess. You never had to bring your own lunch, and lunch was probably really good. You know what I mean? I'm serious. But when I transitioned into middle school, the first thing I noticed was there's no recess. Or was that high school? Middle school, it kind of got a little more difficult. I went to I would say the most high performing schools on the block, and that was Kip Aim Academy. So if anyone is from DC, you know about Kip Aim Academy. That school, it was basically like, it was torture. I'm just gonna put it out there, it was torture. They had a reputation, they wanted to keep their reputation, but it made us kids feel like we were robotic, like we weren't human, like we couldn't make mistakes. It was awful. Like I would literally get detention if I missed a line on my homework. Anybody who's went to KIPP, you know. They had this thing called the bench where you have to stay after school if you made a mistake or something. It was like detention, but it was like detention every day. Until you get off the bench. Of course, they had the first 15 minutes and last 15 minutes of class. You can't use the bathroom. Pretty sure some schools had that, but with KIPP, like, if you really had to use the bathroom, you couldn't hold it, KIPP would be like,
No.
you better hold it. One time, this girl tried to get out of the classroom and the teacher was trying to hold the door, but she was literally trying not to pee on herself. Like, seriously, KIPP, not to give you a bad rep, but you guys got to treat your students like humans. I couldn't really thrive in the way I wanted to because I was so stressed about school and just scared that, you know, if I miss homework or, oh man, I forgot to get my mom to sign my paycheck. Like, it was crazy. Like, we had these things called paychecks. I guess for good behavior, and you get points, and at the end of the week you have to get your mom to sign it. Sometimes I would forget my mom to sign it and I would forge my mom's signature. Yeah. And sometimes even forge other people's signatures, especially because some kids, like, they were the bad kids, and their paycheck was very low and they didn't want their mom to see it, so they would ask me to sign it. It was terrible, guys. I had forgotten, like, I was a good kid. I got good grades. For the most part, I guess we can exclude math, whatever. I got good grades. I just forgot to get my mom to sign it, and I just didn't want detention, you know? Detention feels like jail. The only thing that really kept me alive, I would say, are my friends. Like, I always found it easy to make friends. Like, I was never the type to have to seek friends. I was always approachable. So I had my group of friends and they made it fun, you know? Sometimes in class, like, we pull these jokes or anything, the whole class would get in trouble. Or we had the class clowns, you know, the rebellious ones who I now admire. Those were actually the smartest kids. And I admire them now. Back then, I just laughed and I'm like, but I'm doing my work. But now I just wish, like, I had rebelled a little bit because I realized how conformed in this box I was. Fast forward to high school, let's just say it got even worse. In 9th grade, I went to Anacostia High School. Anacostia High School, they had a bad rep. The kids skipped class. There were probably a lot of fights. When you hear about Anacostia, you don't think good. People just made assumptions like, this school is bad. The graduation rate was low. And when I went in the 9th grade, I found that I thrived the most, actually, more than I did at KIPP, this high performance school. Any school where you feel like you're learning, Like, even if you have to have your parents come to that bad reputation of a school and they see you learning and they see you growing and they see you happy, it should be worth it. School is my depression, but it has shaped me into the strong, determined person who will stand up for myself. I'm just grateful that I made it this far, and you can too.
Aww.